Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome to another review. This time, I'm going to be taking a look at a show that I have covered before on my old channel, BaseballSam2, but I have not covered yet on my new channel, and that show is Drake and Josh. The Nickelodeon sitcom about two drastically different stepbrothers, Drake Parker and Josh Nichols, was a big hit. Airing from 2004 to 2007, it had 4 seasons, 2 direct-to-video movies, and a big fan base that absolutely loves the show for its characters, fun scenarios, and the hilarious comedy. It's probably one of the most popular, if not the most popular, Nick sitcom ever. There was a part of me that wanted to do a re-review of the episode Blues Brothers, which was the first episode I ever covered as a YouTube critic, but that has been covered by multiple people, and many love the episode. I felt like I would just be repeating what others have said if I did it again. So I decided to look at another episode from Season 2. That one is called Number 1 Fan. This is an episode that is rated well on IMDb, 8 out of 10 stars, and it does have some memorable moments. But how is the entire episode as a whole? Well, let's take a look and find out. And you know the drill at this point. Summary first, thoughts after. Good. Let's get started. After the usually funny cold open, the episode starts with Josh making s'mores for the campfire kids. Think of them as like this universe's Boy or Girl Scouts. Josh takes the s'mores out of the oven, without oven mitts, and burns his hand. How does he stop the pain? By putting his hand in a pitcher of milk, of course. Yeah, foolproof, like treating a paper cut with duct tape. Anyway, Josh takes the s'mores out of the kitchen and is surprised to find his dad, the campfire kid's chief, being tied to a chair. What else could go wrong? Well, when Josh tries to give the kids the treats in a fair manner, they ambush him. What else can you say, bud? Savages! Savages! After getting his dad free, the dad says he's had enough and makes Josh the new chief. That is pretty much the subplot of the episode. I'll quickly go over the summary of that before talking about the main plot. So, Josh tries everything he can to be a good chief, but his attempts end horribly. The kids get so fed up with him that they trick him into going inside a tent, which he had set up indoors to teach the kids about camping, and lock him in the tent. With him locked up, the kids now have the freedom to do whatever they want. As for Josh, he tries to get out, but fails. Now, with the summary of the subplot out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the summary of the A-plot. One of the campfire kids, Wendy, has a big gigantic crush on Josh's brother, Drake. At one point, they meet face to face, and the interaction is a little awkward, but kind of sweet. They talk for a while, Drake's flattered by Wendy's compliments, he promises to sing a song for Wendy sometime, and gives her his guitar pick. Drake even decides to be nicer and gives Wendy his autograph. On the back of Josh's autograph photo of Frankie Muniz. Don't worry, I'll talk about the comedy later. Anyway, Drake and Wendy's first interaction was kind of decent at best. But things sour real fast. When Drake is on a date with a girl at the premiere, a jealous Wendy crashes the date and insults the poor woman. But that's not all she does. She writes Drake and Wendy over and over in her notebook, makes a flipnote animation of them walking and holding hands, and her answering machine also shows just how obsessed she is. Needless to say, Drake is feeling very annoyed. Josh tries to calm him down, saying that it's not too big of a deal and that she'll probably move on to the next celebrity crush. But then, they catch Wendy at their bedroom window with a jar of pickles, asking Drake to marry her. If that's not an indication of how obsessed she is with Drake, I don't know what is. Later, Drake sits Wendy down and tells her that while he is flattered that she likes him, he needs her to back off just a little and give him some personal space. And Wendy agrees. Yeah, I'm not kidding. She says she gets it and she heads out the door. Okay, it seems like that strategy worked well. Or maybe not. When Drake goes to school, he finds out that Wendy put up numerous posters of Drake all over his classroom. Now here's the thing, Drake is about to do a song on this radio show called Star 99. Wendy found out about this and I guess put up all those posters to try and get the word out? Well, it does get people to notice, but not in the way Drake wanted. And that's not all. Not only do all those posters have a picture of Drake sleeping, which Wendy took, but she believes that she and Drake are an actual couple. So yeah, when Drake finds her, he shows her just how unhappy he is. He snaps at Wendy for what she did, says they're not a thing, not even friends, says he won't sing a song for her, and storms away. This crushes Wendy. And the other kids laughing at her just puts more salt in the wound. So Drake goes to Star 99 and is just about to perform until he finds a note from Wendy. In the note, Wendy apologizes for everything she did to Drake, promises to never bother him again, and even gives him his guitar pick back. Now Drake is stuck in an emotional dilemma. Another musician notices and tells Drake that he should go back and fix it. And that's what he does. He reschedules his radio performance for another day, heads back home, finds a sad Wendy, and cheers her up by keeping his promise, singing a song for her. This makes Wendy happy again, and their friendship is repaired. Drake even gives her his guitar pick back. And the episode ends with Drake taking the kids to Chuck E. Cheddar's, leaving a locked up Josh behind. The end. So that's number one fan. What are my thoughts? Well, let's go ahead and talk about the best thing about this episode. The comedy. Whether in the A plot or B plot, it's great. The timing, the performances, the physical humor, the one-liners, almost every joke hits a bullseye.
You're our new chief? Seriously?
That's right.
I'm out.
The B-plot with Josh and the Campfire Kids is extremely funny. Josh tries hard to be a good chief, but the kids just make things difficult for him. That exchange between Josh and Megan about not using a cell phone while lost will always be funny to me. I also like that the Campfire Kids actually act like real kids. There's no perfect kid in the group. They're annoying, they're mischievous, they're chaotic, they're rude, and they're full of energy. Those characteristics accurately describe a lot of kids. And their reasons as to why they joined the group is relatable. Not every kid that gets signed for stuff like sports or clubs or scout troops wants to really be a good athlete, a good scout trooper, or a good club member. Some just want to join to not only spend time with their friends, but also get free food. Try to tell me you guys never joined something just for that. Are there any nitpicks? Well, I guess there is one. In one scene, Josh takes them to the premiere to learn about wilderness survival. Why couldn't you just take them to an actual forest, or any part of the woods for that matter? You basically just set yourself up to fail, dude! Could the show not get a blue screen of a forest, or did they think that the setup at the premiere was funnier? Well, yeah, it is funny, but still, I think it would have been better for Josh if he did take them to the woods or something. It probably would have made the situation better for him. But regardless, that is my only problem with the B-plot. In conclusion, the B-plot is funny. One kid named P gets some good one-liners, Megan's funny as always, the way the kids tricked Josh at the end was clever, and seeing Josh trying to get out of the locked tent will always be hilarious. Final score I'll give this B-plot is an 8 out of 10. Now it's time to talk about the Drake and Wendy plot. First, I will say that it is just as funny as the B-plot. The actors do a good job and the timing on the jokes is still good. But I think the one thing that I believe could turn people off with this episode is Wendy herself. Now personally, I didn't mind Wendy. The actress that played her did a good job and she was funny. She's spunky, she's talented, she's a girl that works out to Drake's songs, and like the other kids, acts like a real kid. A lot of kids like her do have big crushes on celebrities. Sometimes they write letters to them, other times they do some ridiculous thing to get some attention. Now, I did find some of the stuff she did, like insulting Drake's date because of jealousy and climbing up Drake's window with pickles, to be funny. But I will admit she did go too far in some cases. Like taking a picture of Drake while he was sleeping and the poster fiasco. I mean, putting up posters around the school was fine, but this is too much. Some could probably see her as annoying too. Like when she believes that, oh, I'm Drake's girlfriend, we're definitely a thing, he loves me. Especially after Drake sat her down and tried to tell her that, hey, give me some space. Like, look, I totally get why Drake snapped at her. I mean, if I was in his shoes, I'd probably snap too. But Drake did go too far. Saying things like, I'm not your friend, I'm not saying anything to you, was a bit much. It really destroys Wendy, and just drains all the happiness from her. Check this scene out when Megan tries to reassure her that Drake didn't mean it.
Come on. Drake was just upset. He didn't mean that stuff he said. Yeah, he did. I just want to be alone.
You see, she did get the message in the end, and now she feels absolutely terrible. She did screw up, but Drake didn't make it any better. Luckily, he did get that note from her and made things right in the end. Although I do have a nitpick about the note. How did Wendy get that note in Drake's pocket? It just seemed a little too convenient. I'm not saying it kills the scene, but it did make me puzzled. And if someone says, oh, she didn't give Drake any personal space at all after Drake talked to her, well, to be fair, she kinda did. She just made the situation between them worse by putting up all those posters. But what about that photo she took of Drake sleeping?
That was taken before Drake had that little sit down with her.
And yes, there are kids out there that will think they are in a relationship with someone when they're really not. Adults make that mistake too, more than you realize. What I'm trying to say is that Wendy is not a bad kid. She's not at the age yet to properly understand what love is. I mean, yes, she can be a little obsessive, and she did need to respect boundaries, but that doesn't make her a terrible kid at all. She's just a kid that needed to learn her lesson. And she did, as well as Drake. He understood that he's still special in Wendy's eyes, and he didn't want their last moment with each other to end on bad terms. He comes back, he fixes it, and things seem to be okay with them again. I think this episode was good at teaching us that it's okay to be a fan, but just don't take it too far. And it also teaches us that what we say and do with someone that's a fan of our work matters. If there's a problem, handle it with tact and come to a compromise. All those reasons and more is why I do like the A-plot. There are times that Wendy went too far, and I can understand people not liking it, but I do like it. I liked it as a kid, and I still like it now. So, in conclusion, the A-plot is still good. Final score for this one is an 8 out of 10 too. So, 8 plus 8 equals 16. Divide that by 2, and the final score for the entire episode is an 8 out of 10. Number 1 fan is definitely not perfect, and I did have some nitpicks, but the performances, the sentimental scenes, the morals, and the comedy makes it all worth it. It's a good episode, and I highly recommend it. Okay, that's the review portion. Now it's time to move on to the fun facts. 1. The actress that played Wendy is Allison Stoner. If you don't know who that is, well, she is the one that voiced the character Isabella on Phineas and Ferb. A sweet girl that is part of a scout troop and also has an obsessive crush on a talented boy. What are the odds that she would get to play this role twice? But that's not all she's done. She was in the Camp Rock movies. Played Barbara Gordon in Young Justice, Kiari, or Kari, how do you say that, from Kingdom Hearts, Florona in Voltron Legendary Defenders, a role that gave her a couple of awards, has a singing career, and is a dancer too. She even has worked as a backup dancer for Missy Elliott. Oh, and she's also not straight. And she plays Sam Sharp, Luna's girlfriend on The Loud House. Damn, this woman has done a lot. Congrats on a great career, Allison. Hopefully you get to do more in the future. 2. Allison isn't the only popular kid in the episode. See this kid? This is Anna Sophia Robb. You may know her as Violet Beauregard in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Bethany Hamilton in Soul Surfer, and Leslie from Bridge to Terabithia. You know, the girl that tried to be whimsical with Josh Hutcherson's character by playing make-believe with him, even though it kind of came across as very strange. Regardless, she's had a nice career too. Number 3, the boy that played the little Brad Pete is William Corkery. You may know him as the voice of Tails from the video games Sonic Battle, Sonic Heroes, and Sonic Advance 3. Number 4, the woman that played Drake's date is Jessie Scram. Hopefully I said that one right too. Not only was this her first role on TV, but she also has been in Veronica Mars and played Ashley Boyd / Cinderella in Once Upon a Time. Man, this episode had a lot of future stars. Number 5, did you notice that Drake and Josh's mother is not in the episode, even though the actress's name is in the credits? Number 6, the Star 99 radio host is played by Dan Schneider. Number 7, the song that Drake performs to Wendy is a song from his first album, Telegraph. And number 8, Chuck E. Cheddar's is a parody of Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, that may not be the most interesting fun fact, but hey, I'm sure Chuck E. Cheddar's is probably better than an actual Chuck E. Cheese. So anyway, okay, that is the fun facts portion. Now for the jokes. You see that reaction? That's how everyone reacts when they eat a steamed potato ball. It's disgusting. And yet, my family still thinks it's a good idea to make that occasionally for dinner. Look, do you want to see me gag? No. Then get that crap away from me! And I'm saying this directly to my brothers because I know they watch my videos.
Tell the parents to never make those things again. I hate them.
You couldn't help me? I'm tied to a chair! Dumbass!
Gross, there's a Band-Aid in my milk.
Oh, jeez.
It's not that bad. If that was found in Nesquik milk, that'd probably make it taste better.
Hey, Phineas.
Hey, Isabella.
What you doing?
I'm sorry, I had to use that clip. I just had to.
You know my music?
Sure, I go to the talent show every year just to see you. I even have some of your songs on CD. I listen to them when I work out.
I wonder what song she listens to while she works out. Does she listen to this?
It's gonna take some time to realize.
Now that would actually be perfect. Or maybe she works out to this song.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. 10 racks on a new chain. My bitch love do cocaine.
Yup. Drake did a cover of that song. Sorry.
What would you do if someone dropped you off all alone in the middle of nowhere?
I'd call Mom on my cell phone.
Say you didn't have your cell phone.
I always have my cell phone.
The battery's dead.
I always carry.
But it's broken. It fell in a lake, a bear ate it.
And that's not all. The same bear ate a fish, went off, was shot by a hunter. The hunter took its skin, then it fished through its guts, was able to find that phone, and now he's got it. The point is, you're lost.
Wendy, well, what are you doing here?
I brought you some pickles. Oh, and will you marry me?
What is it with her and pickles? First she met Drake and told him where to find pickles at a store, and now she's at his home with a big jar of them? I mean, I like pickles, but if my proposal ring was a pickle, I'd say, what are you smoking? Give me some, and go away, please.
Is that my picture on your shirt?
Yeah, how cute are you?
Why are my eyes closed?
Oh, I took it while you were sleeping.
Oh, hold on. I dropped my pen.
I'm out.
Something's bothering you.
How do you know?
It's a woman, isn't it?
Kind of. Little woman.
No, I'm not making a joke about that. It'd be like kicking a dead horse. Although, it is a little difficult not to make one.
Drake Parker.
Drake song.
Whoa, we got a flag on the play here. I've just been told Drake Parker canceled. So we're going to move on to our next performer, Jay Demopoulos, with his song, I Feel Pretty, Greek.
Huh, that'd be the perfect song to play in my big fat Greek wedding. I feel pretty, I feel pretty, I feel pretty, Greek. So, there you go, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also, let me know what you thought of this video and of the episode I just reviewed in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, my name is Sam, and mwah, good night everybody. So that's number one fan. What are my thoughts? Well, I knew that thing was gonna